Good morning, YouTube. I don't know if you can see behind me there, but today's the day we're gonna see underneath the Prelude for the very first time. I got at the front ice shoveled out. It's been unseasonably warm here in New England the last week or so, and almost all the snow, ground-wise, has melted. So it's my first opportunity to get the car inside. I bought this car in boxes in the summertime, but I was already in the middle of many projects. So I got unloaded right over there where you see it by the ramp truck, and has no front suspension underneath it, has no, you'll see later, but it's just completely, the guy who pulled the motor had no idea what he was doing, and he dropped literally everything. Steering rack's in the shop. I'll put it to you that way. So I got the car for $400, you guys. It came with an S2K steering wheel. The fucking S2K steering wheel's $400. Well, maybe not. You know what I'm saying, though. I got an H22 motor, all in pieces. I got an additional H22 head, brand new. That's worth $400. I got just a pile of parts with the car, including the 5-speed transmission. I think everything that I need for the car, with the exception of maybe the exhaust system. So yeah, we're gonna get that thing inside, find out what else is up with underneath it, because it's time to make a decision whether I'm going to put this car back together, and I'll explain later why it's in pieces. But again, the guy who owned it, he attempted a clutch. I'll just tell you now, he attempted a clutch, and he drove the long bolts into the bell housing at the top of the block, and it punched through into the oil galley. I don't know if I said that right, on the block. So I have to get that TIG welded, and as you guys know, she's a welder. She's gonna weld the block for me at some point, and then I'll put it back together. In the meantime, I don't know if the car is even worth that. I've never been underneath the damn car. So I'm gonna get underneath the car, just really figure out what's going on, if it's worth putting back together, if it's a total just rot box. I don't think it's rusty. I think I did look at it enough to know that when I bought it. It's got leather, it's a 5-speed, it's a 2001, and it might even be a Type SH. You can identify Type SHs because the rocker guards are painted. Well, these rocker guards are painted. However, they're painted black. They're not the rough texture black. They're shiny, like, you know, the Type SH skirts. So, and it's got the lip and the wing and the leather and the 5-speed, and I think maybe it's a Type SH, and if it is, that thing's freaking gold. So we're gonna put it back together. Maybe. Or maybe we're gonna buy an automatic, really, really clean one, and use all the parts from that guy to make a 5-speed to manual, automatic to manual conversion Prelude. And if that's the direction we go, I'll obviously film all that, and that will be intense. So, sort of trying to avoid that, but at the same time, that'd be great for the channel, right? Anyways, let's get started. But first, we've got to get rid of this. I finished stripping out this EF hatch yesterday. I pulled basically everything that's worth anything off of it, and the carcass is hugely rotted. So we're gonna load this thing up with that motor, whatever other kind of metal we can find, send it off to the junkyard. There's all the parts that came out of it. If anybody needs any of this stuff, hit me up. It's all for sale. It's all cheap too. I just want to see it go to good use, somebody that's gonna use it. There's the other EF hatch I someday plan to make all these parts into. Maybe, or sell it, I don't know. That's Fahrenheit, you guys. 33 degrees inside the shop currently. The guy up there's got some catching up to do. This is a warm day in February in New Hampshire. Like a really nice, unseasonably warm day. I don't know if you guys can see that red flashing LED up there, but you can probably hear my heater not working. And it seems like this unseasonably warm February day might not get any warmer, because that is the death eye of the waste stove burner. That's the deadly red eye. And usually when that's blinking, you can force this son of a bitch on a few times, but usually that means it's got an actual problem and you gotta call a guy. So yeah, Oh, was that magic? Did that fucking thing just turn back on all by itself? Lord have mercy. I think we're back in business. I'm glad I got that on film because nobody's gonna believe that just happened otherwise. I gotta show the owner of this video. And here we have the rarely seen DJ, Douglas Jr., working on this EF Civic. He's taking apart the headlights, getting those out of here. So hideous. I got some really nice clean ones. Maybe we'll clean these ones up, put them back in. Maybe we'll put the other ones in, I'm not sure. And this bent up lip looks pretty bad. It actually doesn't look that bad on film, but in person it looks pretty bad. And yeah, we're tinkering. It's Friday. So you might be asking yourself, how do we get rid of a car with no suspension, no wheels, and no whatever else on it out of the shop? And it's still here. I'm supposed to leave a while ago, but that's how. Good old-fashioned Bobcat. And this is the carcass, literally. Basically nothing left. Toss the motor in there for weight. Got the steering rack, column, gauges, whole gambit. See you later, bye. Probably weighs 150 pounds, might be worth a can of soda or two.
What's the motor in the back?
Yeah, the motor's got all the weight. I bet you the motor is literally half the weight of what's there. Very simple, just like that. Off and running. I guess kind of like off and turning in the beer cans. All right. No front tire. See, it was real deceiving in the pictures. It looked like it had a subframe underneath it because I had those tires just kind of leaned in underneath there. So the town kind of thought it was a whole car. You know how towns can get. So yeah, I've moved it a couple of feet. Figured I'd go grab the camera before I get it all the way down there by myself. There is a grade to this. I don't know if you can tell. I kind of can't in the video and I can in real life. So, but yeah, I should be able to do this. Everybody's out of the way. Everybody just left. I've got a small window of opportunity without anybody watching me look like a jackass doing this by myself. Got it moved out that far. Started a turn and that would have been bad if that rear tire fell into that dip. So I made it past there. Now I can 90-degree angle. Get the rest of the way. And my son just showed up with my girlfriend. Let's see if we can get her on film. She hates this. Say hi. Hi, boo.
Oh, he's waving.
Hi, wave. Yeah. All right.
He's over there.
Hi. Hi, Dominic. Mwah. Check out the license plate, guys. There is some kind of exhaust system under this car. I've never been under this car, like I was saying before. Sorry, I'm super out of breath. Oh, I hate that. I'm probably repeating myself. All right. Got the lift arm slung underneath it. Let me just crack the doors for you guys so you can see what I saw when I bought the car. So the leather is ripped there, okay? The passenger seat I never saw because it was buried with a motor. H22 was sitting on the passenger seat. The transmission was sitting in the back, so I guess I can't really show you what I saw. I got an S2K steering wheel here. Looks like somebody botched a short shifter dealie. It's not really the way you do it. And it's 1:44 on the clock. 1:44. Key is in the ignition, so that's good. As far as the chip and all that. This is a 2001, confirmed that last night. I don't see anywhere where it used to say Type SH or anything. So maybe it's a base. It's got some corner rot that's gonna need fixing. Hopefully that's the worst of it. See here, shiny plastic. The base model comes with rough plastic. So these are at least Type SH rocker covers. And there's really no other way to decipher a Type SH without the sticker on the back or turning the key on. And I believe once we turn the key on, if this is a Type SH, there should be a light that comes on that says ATTS for active torque transfer system that only the Type SH had. It was some kind of funky computerized deal that applied wheels, torque to the wheel on the outside. Anyways, you can look it up. It's got fog lights. Yeah, let's get it up in the air and look at it underneath. Support's not in bad shape. Not that I ever really intend to keep those. Look at that muffler. I hope nobody paid a lot for that muffler. It definitely looks like an old Meineke job that sat around way too long after it was done. So, yeah, it's scaly. There's quite a bit of rusty scale. I don't see anything so serious though. There's some wetness going on here. A little scrape. Hopefully no serious broken bolts is what I'm really looking for after the CRX event. With all the broken bolts that were in the chassis of that car, I really don't want to have to deal with that with this car. Hey, there's a piece of suspension that they forgot to take out. Upper control arm. Well, boys, I've got both members of this frame and the rack and whatnot. Sorry, I don't mean to say boys and gals. I guess I'm gonna start bolting the suspension back together. That stuff's not supposed to be undone anyways to pull the motor on a prelude. Comes out the top. It can come out this way, but this is the amount of work it takes to do it this way. And even this is excessive, to be honest. You can probably do it without removing that rear member. Anyhow, let's just look at the hood stickers. It's the hood that's supposed to be on the car. Can I see the year? I cannot see the year. So I guess we'll pop the hood from the other side and see if I can find, verify the year of the hood, because the hood is also painted black. And maybe somebody swapped these things out, the Type SH ones, and this thing is a base model car. I don't know. We'll know soon enough. I've got the transmission from the car, so when I plug all that stuff in and turn the car on, I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's an SH or not. We're gonna build it regardless. Oh, look, another control arm with a missing. Yeah, they cut that with the whiz wheel. So yeah, there's some work to be done. I do have an Acura TL outside. That'll probably help with donor bolts and, you know, maybe that ball joint and A-arm or whatever. And try to put this thing back together like I do everything else with parts I've got lying around. So that's probably it for today, you guys. That's a huge accomplishment, even getting that car inside and kind of looking at it. Car's clean enough to save. There's a little bit of body work to do, but the car's got scratches anyways, so it's a repaint no matter what. Even if it was clean of rust completely, it would be a repaint. That doesn't really hurt my feelings. Now we get to have fun. So, to recap, the car was like $400 midsummer. Somebody really needed some money. I got 2 H22 heads with the car. That right there nullifies the car even. Basically, the car's free in that scenario. So, yeah, I'm gonna source, I guess, probably a used engine for this car. I've already sort of been looking around and I found one for $500 that's pretty local. I was gonna buy that whole car that you saw in yesterday's video, and I might still do that. That's still the easiest solution, and it's an H23. We all know that's worth a lot more than the $1,000 they're asking for the car, but how abused is that H23? That's it's kind of the question in my head where if I go to the junkyard, I spend $500, I get a motor, and that comes with it's kind of a warranty where I get to complain if it's knocking, and maybe they'll do something for me. And this car is literally, I just got to take it, and if it's junk, I just got to shut my mouth and deal with it, and it's twice the money. But it's an entire car, and as you can see, I'm missing everything. It's all in here somewhere. There's parts everywhere. But the other car, as I disassembled it, I could reassemble this car, bolt for bolt, member, K-member, subframe member, whatever you want to call it, for member. So ideally, that car would be $500 and I would just go get it. That's what I was hoping for. And the guy that owns it, he's just really stuck on a stack for a junk car with a smashed up rear bumper, a cloth interior, and an automatic transmission. I don't know what to do there, guys. Maybe you could hit me up with the comments below and let me know what you would do in this scenario. At any rate, I'm gonna wrap this video up, and you guys have a great evening, and probably see you tomorrow, Saturday, so get some more work done in here.